technology is at the heart of everything what we do in Tata Motors.
Primarily, this feedback of market and feedback of customer is becoming a primary criteria in the current generation of experience economy that we have.
How do this translate to all your channel partners?
There is no one solution here.
Collaboration is the key.
As India's automotive landscape pivots towards connected, personalized, and digital-enabled mobility, the role of real-time market intelligence has become more strategic than ever. From feature innovation to after-sales engagement, customer centricity is now powered by data. At Tata Motors, a pioneer in next-generation automotive engineering, intelligent systems and digital feedback loops are being woven into the product lifecycle. From design to delivery, the integration of AI, analytics, and predictive insights is reshaping the entire customer experience journey. In this special edition of India Leadership Talk, we welcome Rajendra Petkar, President and Chief Technology Officer at Tata Motors, who's leading that technological shift towards software-defined vehicles and intelligent platforms, and Mr. Azmathullah Mohammed, Senior Sales Director at Dassault Systems India, who partners with mobility players to embed simulation, analytics, and customer feedback into digital twin environments. Together, they explore how market intelligence is driving agility, loyalty, and performance in India's auto sector. We caught up with both the leaders at ET Studios, our state-of-the-art content production facility, for an in-depth conversation on how intelligence and digital engineering are redefining mobility in India. So how exactly are real-time insights and virtual models accelerating this transformation? Let's hear what they had to say. Hello and welcome to ET Auto Tech Summit. Today we are joined by Mr. Rajendra Petkar, who's leading the technology for Tata Motors, which is India's largest commercial vehicle manufacturer as well as the passenger vehicle manufacturer. We are joined by Mr. Azmathullah Mohammed from Dassault Systems India. So my first question to you, sir, is about how Tata Motors is focused towards new product innovation and how are you working with new technologies and predictive analytics?
Yeah, thank you, Deepanshu, for this question. Technology is at the heart of everything what we do in Tata Motors. In fact, as the company, we boast of having filed the highest number of patents, both the four-wheeler, passenger car as well as the commercial vehicle put together. And we also have been at the forefront of actually getting number of patents granted.
Wow.
So we have a very well established the process internally within Tata Motor as to how to create the IP. And we have a number of forums towards that. We have a new technology development process which actually allows taking the input from the multiple leads. Then there is a hopper kind of a process. There is a governance around that in terms of actually doing the down selection among, let's say, if there are 100 new inputs that you get in, because this is the annual process. So let's say for this year you get 100 new ideas, right, from multiple leads. How those 100 ideas, and therefore you make a ranking and you look at, the criteria for us, whether it is going to be a new technology, is either it should be the first in the world, or first in the country, or first in the Tata Motors. So we have a very well defined criteria in terms of what constitutes a technology to be like a new technology. So we go through the governance process, and then we have a cross-functional team which actually looks at the merit of each case. And the sole objective here is basically to go to the market, right? That means we don't take those developments which are absolutely very very long the gestation period, for which we work with the startup ecosystem. So we have these multiple platforms, whether it's related to the blue sky thinking, whether it is related to the new technology development, and then through the regular product development, we also end up in creating the intellectual property, and therefore we are able to file so many patents.
Very strong process of qualifying the technology to Tata Motors, but how about the customer feedback? How are you imbibing towards in Tata Motors products, and so they can go?
Yeah, so in Tata Motor, what we call as a new product introduction process, and it's a stage gate process. It starts with the pre-KO, that is pre-kickoff, and actually it culminates into a launch of a product. Now the pre-kickoff is the one where you spend a lot of time in interacting with the customer. What we call that as the QFD, quality function deployment process that we follow, we meet with the customer, the teams will actually travel along with the vehicle with the customer. They will go to various duty cycles, be it in the mining, be it in the urban driving, be it in the highway, or they will go to the nakas, they will conduct interviews. So there are multiple ways in which actually the customer voice is heard as a part of a pre-KO process. And then there is a way in which you can actually process that information and convert into a creation of a product specification. And then once you have defined the product specifications, then you go for the regular program in terms of the execution subject to the business case.
Azmathullah, how are you helping companies like big OEMs where to get this customer feedback and onto the ongoing reality, being a technology company?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Deepanshu. Thank you, Mr. Petkar. Thanks for having me here. So, primarily this feedback of market and feedback of customer is becoming a primary criteria in the current generation of experience economy that we have. So, Dassault System is putting a lot of focus on this aspect, and we have 3D Experience platform which caters to the workflows and the needed process experiences that are needed, where it takes the customer feedback into the loop and helps a feedback-led design, simulation, and subsequently to take that to the manufacturing as well. So that's how we develop different virtual twins across the different domains of the product development lifecycle. The virtual twin of the design, the virtual twin that is carried for your simulation, and also your manufacturability studies, where we will loop it to enhance the experience of the customer. And if you look at the customer experience, traditionally has always been the comfort of the customer. Now the customer experience has been shifting from the physical experience to a kind of a digital experience that you have in the vehicle, right? Whether it is a passenger vehicle or even a commercial vehicle context. Now the topic is all about how you drive the digital experience topic as well, right? While you work and put that into the workflow, into the design and simulation and manufacturing as you progress.
Right. Sir, one question to you on personalization to seamless digital experience. You know, how are you helping in terms of creating those CX customer experience across sales, service, and post-sale service? What is your view on that?
See, actually, it's come to think of it, is a bit of a complex process, right? And there is a customer journey across the entire life cycle of a product. So gone are the days where you are just selling the product and then you are forgetting, right? So we look at actually providing the lifetime value to the customer till the end of the life of the vehicle, right? And today in my speech I spoke about a sort of let's say the remanufacturing or the recycling centers, circularity, which Tata Motor is going very heavily. Already we have number of centers. So the customer experience, the customer insights, the customer walking along with the customer is a part and the parcel of the entire, let's say, starts with, as I said before, part of a pre-KO, that is before the project gets kicked off, to right up to what is going to be the showroom experience, what kind of, let's say, the digital tools are going to be made available, what kind of, let's say, the platforms which actually will help customer to make a very right choice as far as the vehicle is concerned. For example, if you have a steel or the cement application, then you know what kind of the weight or the load that needs to be carried. You know the route in which it is going to ply. Then you know what is going to be the average speed, max speed, and basis all the data that gets input into the digital platform what we have. Actually, there is a output which gets generated which actually guide the customer that this is the specification which is possible, and then actually you help customer in the sense to make a right choice for the application that he has. And I think not to forget and not to lose the sight of what the modern tools can do, digital tools can do. Actually, look at the AR and the VR, right? I mean, you can go to the virtualization to that extent in terms of actually providing the customer without the vehicle being there. Actually, you can provide him the experience of a full vehicle, right? When he arrives to your showroom.
Got it. One question to you, and then we come to the last question about what are the challenges for this customer experience transformation that's happening across the OEMs?
Today, as Mr. Petkar also mentioned, it becomes very critical in the way this customer experience is being perceived in the product development. Today, if I put the challenges in two steps. One is the challenges in getting the right information, right data points, which can be enabled into the design and your conceptual level as well. And the second is, how do you put that into execution once you get them, right? So to answer the first topic, how do you get the data and the key parameters of customer experience while you have your concept design and detailed design happening? You have to come out of the siloed digital tools to a specific platform-based application where you have a unified data model which connects and establishes the workflows where the information can be taken and it can be incorporated during your conceptual design or detailed design, and also the dynamic iterative thing that has to happen. The second is to put it into execution. You need a stronger program and project governance to be established, right? So how you again leverage the solutions which will give you a proper governance at the overall program level, connecting your design to simulation to manufacturing to aftermarket, even to the supply chain, in the whole our value network of this manufacturing, that becomes very critical. So these two steps, if we can take, are well taken care, I think you can really bring the customer experience into the context efficiently.
This brings me to the last question of this discussion. Sir, would like to understand from you about the ecosystem collaboration. Like you being the largest OEM in India, and you have tier 1 suppliers, tier 1 has their own supplier ecosystem. How do this translate to all your channel partners, till the dealers?
Yeah, so see, when we decide to work on a theme or we decide to work on a product, theme, when I say, I am talking about, let's say, electrification, or I am talking about something which is related to, let's say, a breakthrough that we want to achieve in terms of getting better efficiency on the conventional vehicles. Or if you want to work on a product and take the name of any product for that matter as a new product, then of course it is very clear when we define and conceptualize the product as to what are the important technologies in the product. And then of course we have a very strong relationship and the collaboration with the tier 1s and the tier 2s in the country, and we actually involve them early in the program so that they are made aware. The second important aspect, and sometime back I spoke about the so-called the NTD, New Technology Development Program. The suppliers have a significant role to play in that. In fact, in our annual conversations with the supplier, we do tell them that you please take the benefit of this process that we have in Tata Motor. That means if a supplier has the technology, he did not wait for which product it would get connected to, right? Actually, he can come and say, okay, I have some innovation idea, and would you like to therefore, work? If we find that there is a merit in the case, then we actually onboard the supplier as a part of a pre-development process. We develop a technology to a certain extent, and then once we have seen that there is a benefit to the end customer, then we actually, relate it to the final product where it can be implemented. So I would say that there is no one solution here or one approach, but actually depending on case-to-case basis, whether it's a theme, whether it's a product, then we take a call to develop the supplier ecosystem.
Mr. Azmathullah, what's your view on this?
Yeah, I think collaboration is the key, especially in an automotive context. If I look at the overall ecosystem, I would look at as the suppliers who are working in the context of design, co-development, the regular part suppliers, and also another value network that I look at it as dealer value network, right? All these would fall into the space at which we are looking at the needed collaboration that has to happen. So if I take up the partners who are contributing to the design in a collaborative design context, and also the part suppliers, the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 suppliers that OEM has. From Dassault system side, we work in a concept called a value network based engagement, in which whenever we deploy the process experiences and solution experiences at OEM, we look at how this can be extended to have a collaborative working environment for the suppliers also, right? They can directly engage and work in the same platform to have the data sharing and also the collaborative design happening. And the second aspect, if I look at the dealer network as well, is one of the key criteria in the overall the collaboration that is needed. We also have a closed loop mechanism with the dealer network where you will establish a virtual twin extended even for your service bill of material, right, with the dealers. And also there we create a context of how digital continuity can be established so that even the product illustrations, the part illustrations can also be live and updated dynamically as it progresses and available to the dealer network as well. So that's how I look at in the overall collaboration that can be established across the different steps of the value chain.
Thank you so much. And that was Mr. Rajendra Petkar, CTO Tata Motors with us. So as we heard from both the leaders today, real-time market intelligence is no longer optional. It's foundational, it's enabling smarter products, deeper customer relationship and truly agile ecosystem. From India's next-gen auto leaders, the call is clear. Embrace intelligence, not just to inform decision, but to inspire trust and loyalty in the digital era of mobility. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes of the India Leadership Talks.